painful undertaking. But change is better than a fatal landing at the end. This is the problem Nicodemus is having. Jesus tells Nicodemus that he is facing the condition of being lost if he does not change directions. But Nicodemus knows the only way, and that is the way of the world. It is the only way that any of us knows. Suddenly, Jesus appears on the scene and begins speaking of heaven, of being born again from above. Nicodemus hears the words, "You must be born from above." But he is confused. So he asks, how can a person go back and be born from above? Come from the mother's womb again and be birthed again. It is surprising to us that Nicodemus is so confused. He's a religious leader and should understand spiritual lessons, but somehow he feels he has missed the crucial truth. And there is a reason he's going to Jesus. He has an inkling that Jesus might be able to provide the missing important detail. Nicodemus has somehow been headed in the wrong direction, and now he must change his course. This he knows, but Nicodemus seems hesitant. He seems uncertain about making such a drastic change. Why? What makes this remarkable man slow to take Jesus at his word? What is confusing him? First, Nicodemus is a religious man. If anyone knew the truth about God and God's people, surely it would be this man. Yet Nicodemus was not a fulfilled man. There was an emptiness within him that religion had not filled. Master, is there something I'm missing? It is possible, maybe probable, to be a religious and unfulfilled man. And this is the heart of Nicodemus's confusion. He is a person who believes in God, but he is a person without a cause, a person without a heart. Master, I've kept all the rules and regulations and forms and rituals of our faith, but something is missing. Tell me what else I must do to fill this void. Secondly, Nicodemus was a powerful person. We're told that he was a ruler of the Jews. He was a member of the powerful Sanhedrin. I'm a member of the Supreme Court of my religion, he could have said. We all know that power can be seductive. Power even tempted Jesus, if you remember. If you offer something to someone they really do not want, there's no temptation. For a genuine temptation, there must be something that somebody wants. Power is alluring. Jesus himself grappled with that concept. Even for the church, power is a great temptation. We see big churches as the most successful churches. The taller the steeple, the more powerful the church. We put a cross up and another church puts up one twice as big. Have you ever seen those things happen? Will we be willing to become what the world wants so that they will love us? That's the seduction of power. Yet for all this power, Nicodemus did not have peace of mind. Power had not given him contentment. It had confused him. Power promises meaning and purpose in life, but it does not deliver. Master, I'm a powerful person, but something is missing. Oh, so he came from the right family. In those days, you don't become a powerful Jewish lawyer unless you have power that comes from your family, or at least from important people in your life. It is not something you work up from the ranks to attain. Generally, there's only one way to get it. You're born into it. There's a reason that Nicodemus comes to Jesus by night. He went in the darkness because he did not want to be seen with the Nazarene. Nicodemus was drawn to him. He was curious. Yet for all of his interest in Jesus, he still must maintain dignity. It's easy to become preoccupied with preserving privilege and dignity. Also, Nicodemus was an educated man. He was proud of his education. He keeps thinking, perhaps, my words, Master, something is wrong. My heart is heavy. I need a sense of direction. I am so confused. Which way do I turn? There are educated people out there in this room, in this pulpit, who are not looking for more theories that helps them understand miracles. They're not looking for more rules. We are looking for something else. What are they? What are we looking for? Jesus said, you must be born from above. You see, it's easy to get caught up in the form of religion and lose touch with the reality of God. We can get so caught up in doing church work that we fail to be the church. Our intellectual comprehension of the creeds takes precedence over our living the creeds. We can learn about the Bible, but fail to be shaped by the Bible. Do you know the problem with Nicodemus? I feel like I know the problem because I've seen it in myself and in many of my colleagues, where ministry becomes a profession rather than a calling. Nicodemus had built his profession upon his education and his power, his prestige, but not upon God. I know his problem because I have experienced it myself. Every time I minister to someone, in fact, every time I walk through that door or this door, I ask myself, am I going in because I have to, or am I going in because I'm called to? Did Nicodemus ever come to a saving faith in Jesus? Tradition says that he did, but we do not know for sure. It's certainly possible that he remained on the fringe. Millions do. But I like to think that once a person truly encounters the living Jesus, nothing can ever really be the same. I have a favorite photograph from World War II. It's a photograph of King George VI inspecting a bombed-out section of London. He stops to talk with a little boy who is sloppily dressed and has his cap on crooked, and the king is bending on one knee, kneeling, if you will, on one knee and looking directly in the face of the child. And even though it is a profile shot of the king, you can see that his is a look of compassion. Tell me that that child's life was not changed by that brief experience. Tell me that if he lived to be 100, he would never forget the day the king knelt on his knee. I would suggest that once the king knelt with you and you looked into his face, you would never forget. And I would suggest that once you truly look into the face of Jesus, you will never forget it and your life will be changed. If you don't believe that, then ask a long parade of witnesses. Ask Mary Magdalene. Yes, it's true, she would say. I looked into his face and I became a pure woman. Ask Matthew. I looked into his face and I became an honest man. Ask Paul. When I met Jesus, I changed. My zeal for the law became a zeal for love. Ask Peter. Change, you ask? Oh, yes, I changed. After I met Jesus, I had to wrestle with my prejudices against the Gentiles. We are all broken men and women, and our need is at this moment to be healed, to be changed, to be repaired, to be forgiven. So the true question for this morning is not what was Nicodemus searching for, but what are you searching for? What am I searching for? Nicodemus thought and maybe said, Rabbi, please tell me, I am a ruler. I'm an educated man. I'm a religious man. But Rabbi, I have this void in my heart and I am a broken man. I need to have something in my life that will transform my evil to good, darkness to light, hate to love, ugliness to beauty, stinginess to generosity, sin to salvation. Rabbi, please tell me, I am so confused. What am I missing? As with Nicodemus, whether educated or uneducated, Jew or Gentile, black or white, rich or poor, powerful or weak, religious or sinner, we must receive the new life Jesus offers. As we used to say, we need to be born again, but that's not a popular phrase in today's church, in today's Episcopal church. It's still popular in some churches. But what it really means is that we need to receive and live the new and better life that Jesus offers. Amen.